welcome to another 10-year anniversary Race the World special. Coming up in this video, I discover a new use for an internal door, Just Stop Oil protesters dress as cows in an attempt to disrupt the race, and I dip my hat in some pristine alpine water. After enjoying a long conversation with a very friendly German on the coach, I embraced the one toilet available, enjoyed the cultural entertainment before it was time for the serious stuff.
To the start line, to the
With 9 hours of darkness ahead, this is how the route would start to pan out. Starting in the old town of Radovljica, we headed up through the dense Slovenian forest for the first of many ascents and poorly constructed bridges. With the excitement of the first aid station now dwindling, the first of the smaller climbs, taller than Scafell Pike I would add, was littered with tree roots and obviously rocks. Concentration was key.
Having wrapped around the world-famous Lake Bled in the dark, we continued to climb pockets of forest, and with another aid station consumed, I received some wise advice from a road sign, embraced another incredible bridge, before heading to Zabrežnica for the final stop before the big climb. And so this is the view from the top, and with the smaller mountain conquered, I'd felt good for now.
And so, at 2 in the morning in a random Slovenian gymnasium, I had the joyous situation of trying to locate my transition bag amongst many other bags in no particular order. Having located my transition bag, better known as a treat bag, I gathered my gear, grabbed some soup, brushed my teeth, and got ready for the biggest climb of my life.
And with my minty breath ready for the rocks, this is how the climb would take place. 5,000 foot up in just over 10k. Despite hundreds of hours of training in the delightful downs and wondrous Wales, they didn't offer the altitude really required for this particular mountain, and as I battled with altitude sickness, those dreaded letters DNF began to float in my mind. After 3 long, grueling hours, I'd made it to the summit. Now, I've been very lucky to combine my passions of running and travel in all kinds of places across the globe, and a lot of people don't understand why I do it. Well, this is the answer.
Wow. It was a scene like I'd never experienced before. But there was a race on.
With the stunning Mount Triglav poking its head from the morning mist, I began to clamber down amongst the rocky interface in my usual patented awkward style, and with the mega climb having boosted my confidence along this beautiful ridgeline, real rhythm was becoming easier to find again.
As I toyed with the Slovenian-Austrian border, I engaged in a game of text tennis from my network, saying, "Welcome to Slovenia, welcome to Austria, welcome to Slovenia, welcome to Austria." This went on for some time. But fortunately, the views made up before I threw my phone off the mountain.
With progress firming up as I made it along the way the ridge, you're probably wondering, this is all well and good, lanky explorer, but why are they called the Julian Alps? Now, they're actually named after the Roman leader Julius Caesar, after he built a road across the 200 million years old limestone mountains. So there you go, the more you know.
The scenery had been simply stunning and a true motivator through this tough part of the race. And we'd been embraced by wildlife and alpine cows, and all the while they'd kept to themselves. However, as the trails narrowed, we had a problem.
That's all right.
Having agreed a peace deal with the cows, confirming I was vegan, I slipped past and continued along the final section of the ridge before one last peak. It seemed like there was always another hill, and it was beginning to bite, particularly the technical downhill sections, of which the French, Italians and Europeans in general were just extremely skilled at. Luckily, my climbing, however, was still strong. As I kept a plant-based treat locked in my mind, I had to remember how beautiful this setting really was, despite all the pain and anguish. The big descent was on, and with the sun nearing full power, the loss in altitude was really heating us up. Luckily for us, more than half of Slovenia is covered by dense forest, so shade would be available as we continued to let gravity guide us into the valley. Finally, the terrain was becoming friendlier, and with a hint of Bedgebury, I knew this section would be key for my race placing. So I stepped up the canter into a medium jog and pressed on towards the penultimate aid station in Dovia.
Voilà.
Taking full advantage of the network of waterfalls now at my disposal, it hit me how far this journey had taken me. From the tallest of the peaks to the depths of the valley, this race had pushed me more than ever before, and the support I'd received from back home meant everything. With the final section of this epic challenge underway, I picked up the pace one final time and appreciated every footstep of this ever beautiful country. It was done. All 100k of this mountainous landscape, over 15,000 foot climb and 17 hours on the move. Now for some sorbet.
Hi there, Lanky Explorer here. Well, what a challenge that was. A lot of training went into that, a lot of early mornings and late nights, so thoroughly chuffed to get to the finish line there. And I really hope this video inspired you and gave you a true reflection of what an ultramarathon is really like. Okay, so a big race calls for a big prize, a double prize in fact. So this time we've got a fantastic ultramarathon book, The Rise of the Ultra Runners. Something that hopefully, if this video hasn't done so far, will inspire you to take on a distance further than ever. And also something I love to eat along the way, something that really does give you a boost of carbohydrates. So these Cliff blocks, they really are fantastic. And if you like your sweet foods, trust me, you're gonna love these. On the move, they are absolutely pivotal to keeping you boosted and full of energy. Trust me, they're fantastic. Now, to be in with a chance of winning this prize, you need to correctly comment on the YouTube video first. Which building hosted the aid station near Lake Bled? Well guys, I appreciate your support more than ever. Honestly, during the race, it was incredible. It really kept me going. But I might need it again, because if you thought this was a tough race, you just wait until what's next. Stay tuned.
Wait a minute. Grandma?